The Ottoman Empire, despite reaching the peak of its military and political power in the 16th century, fell behind Western Europe in terms of industrialization. This phenomenon is rooted in a complex web of economic, social, and political factors. The failure to industrialize is not solely a result of economic backwardness but also intertwined with societal and structural challenges. Let's take a closer look at this issue. Structural issues in the Ottoman economy. The Ottoman economy was primarily agrarian. The Timar system allowed agricultural revenues to fund military expenses, but this system hindered the development of a modern economic infrastructure. The resources essential for industrialization, such as iron, coal, and machinery, required an advanced infrastructure that the Ottoman Empire largely lacked. While the empire's control over key trade routes emphasized commerce over production, industrialization was deprioritized in favor of maintaining the existing economic model. Moreover, the weak transportation network in the Ottoman interior obstructed the efficient use of natural resources. These structural problems in the economy left local producers unable to compete with foreign markets. Ottoman industries, particularly textiles and handicrafts, rapidly declined in the face of cheap and high-quality goods from European manufacturers. Scientific and technological lag. The Ottoman Empire's slow adoption of Western scientific and technological advancements was one of the greatest obstacles to industrialization. In Europe, the scientific revolutions of the 17th and 18th centuries laid the foundation for the Industrial Revolution. However, the Ottomans primarily focused on applying these advancements in military contexts, resisting broader societal changes. Institutions such as the Imperial Naval Engineering School, Mohendishanai Bari Humayun, and the Imperial School of Military Engineering, Mohendishanai Bari Humayun, were established to address the need for modern science, but they fell short in meeting the demands of industrialization. The cultural conservatism of the Ottoman Empire made the integration of scientific advancements into society difficult. This resistance, coupled with the delayed and limited use of the printing press, hindered the dissemination of knowledge and technology. Governance and lack of reform. The Ottoman Empire's centralized governance structure was ill-suited to the flexible and innovative approaches required by the Industrial Revolution. While reform efforts began in the 18th century, these measures were largely aimed at preserving the status quo rather than enacting transformative changes. During the Tanzimat era, 1839 to 1876, significant reforms were undertaken, but their impact on industrialization remained limited. Although technical experts and modern institutions were introduced from the West, the lack of local expertise and resources prevented these reforms from creating lasting industrial progress. Moreover, the focus of these reforms was often on bureaucratic improvements rather than building industrial infrastructure. External pressures and economic dependence. The Ottoman Empire's industrialization efforts were undermined by external debts and economic pressures from Europe. By the mid-19th century, the empire became economically dependent on European powers due to extensive borrowing. These debts were often allocated to debt repayments rather than industrial investments. Trade agreements like the 1838 Treaty of Balta-Limani further aligned the Ottoman economy with European interests, stifling domestic industry. While European goods flooded Ottoman markets, local producers were unable to compete, exacerbating economic dependency and limiting industrial development. Social and cultural barriers. Industrialization requires not only technical innovation but also societal transformation. The dominance of traditional structures in Ottoman society made this transformation difficult. The emergence of an industrial working class and the urbanization process necessary for industrialization did not sufficiently develop within the Ottoman Empire. Traditional economic systems, such as guilds, resisted the adoption of modern production methods. Additionally, shortcomings in the education system hindered the development of a workforce equipped with the skills needed for industrialization. Most of the Ottoman population remained in rural areas, with limited urbanization. Without a significant urban labor force, factories and modern production facilities lacked the necessary support to thrive. Geopolitical and strategic challenges. The vast geography of the Ottoman Empire posed another obstacle to industrialization. The empire governed a large, diverse territory with multiple cultures, languages, and religions. This diversity made it difficult for the central authority to effectively establish an industrial base. Frequent wars within and around Ottoman territories further disrupted economic and industrial investments. While European states advanced through the Industrial Revolution during the 18th and 19th centuries, the Ottoman Empire was preoccupied with military conflicts. As a result, resources needed for industrial investments were redirected elsewhere. The Ottoman Empire's inability to industrialize cannot be attributed to a single cause such as governance or resource shortages. Instead, it was the result of a combination of economic structures, scientific and technological stagnation, governance issues, external pressures, and social barriers. This lack of industrialization significantly accelerated the empire's decline. Understanding this failure today is crucial for drawing lessons from the Ottoman experience to foster economic and societal progress in the modern era. The historical inability to industrialize should not merely be seen as a critique of the past, but as a guide for building a more sustainable future.